Alright. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 23. It said, "Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord Yahweh your power. For he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month. And in the floor shall be full of wheat, and in the fat shall overflow with wine and oil. And I will restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army which I sent among you. And ye shall eat in plenty, and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord Yahweh your power, and Salakia, and that has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh your power, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. And then it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your son, your daughter shall prophesy, your old man shall dream dreams, your young shall see visions. And also upon the servant, upon the handmaids, in those days will I pour out my spirit." First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. I would like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua while listening and studying to sort ourselves for school. This is your brother Bayan from the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hebrew Israelite camp, coming back to you with another lesson. This pretty much a quick lesson based on the dream that I had. This dream actually reminded me of this picture that I'm showing right here on Google search right here. In this dream, it was very vivid, man. It was kind of terrifying and satisfied at the same time, because we know that the devil's gonna come down on you having great wrath. All right, we know that, but the fact that I actually had somewhat of a spiritual power in the dream, and it was definitely a blessing. All right, but let's read Joel chapter 2 and 28 again. And it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old man shall dream dreams, and your young man shall see visions. And also upon the servants, upon the handmaids, in those days will I pour out my spirit." Okay, so Yahweh Shai definitely sent me a vision, which it was earlier this morning or last night. But in this dream that I had, I was basically surrounded by a bunch of people that were pretty much partying. What it looked like they was popping fireworks and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I looked in the sky and I seen all of these white planes, these white little planes. They could have been drones, and they were flying real low. And all of a sudden, these troops that just popped out of them like they had parachutes. And some parachutes didn't, some parachutes didn't work, and a lot of them just came out. And one of them and I seen one red one. I seen a bunch of white ones, but I seen one red one. And one parachute basically just basically dropped one of them to the sky, and all you heard was this loud thump. Okay, and then all of a sudden, me and this kid just went to walk over there. And mind you, we're in my old neighborhood, like on Garrison Avenue here in Tulsa. That's the location that I seen that we was at, in my old neighborhood where I grew up at. And we went to go check and see what was going on, like why these things just coming out of the sky like that. And I seen one particular one that was just laying in the bushes, and he just kind of jumped up, and he rose up like he was a robot. Okay, he rose up like he was a robot, and man, it was crazy. And so me and this kid, I don't know who this kid was, we backed up, and then we got ready to take off running. And then the weapons that they had, they basically just came out and just started shooting. Like, one of the weapons that they had, because he actually killed the kid that was with me. And it was like, it shot out like a little beam that looked like a tornado. And what I saw was like the kid, they shot the kid first, and the kid basically, it shot off the kid's arm and his head, all in one shot. And as soon as I saw that, I started taking off running. And then, just when I started to get ready to, felt like I was getting ready to get shot, because, that's why that was the most terrifying part about it, because, because we sin against Yahweh Shai, he is right in his judgment, right? He is right to make judgment upon us, even when we still coming out here doing this work. So, that was a terrifying thing right there, man. So, what ended up happening is that I basically jumped in the sky. And I just jumped, and I jumped over a gate, but I just kept running. I just kept jumping, avoiding all of those shots, all right? And after that, that's when I just woke up, okay? And, I was just thinking about some of the lessons that, Elder Matter Zakbar did, where he did a lesson about spiritual power, and he was saying that how everybody is not going to have the spiritual power to where, they're going to attack Esau, Edom, and the troops, okay? Because when that dream, that's what I saw, a bunch of troops that was, they looked like robots. So I'm pretty sure that was, they looked like robots, but they were forming, as a stormtrooper, okay? And they had that one red one. And yeah, that's what I saw in that dream. So, but going back to what I was saying about Matter Zakbar, he was saying like a lot of brothers is not going to have that spiritual power to where they're going to turn around and attack Esau and the troops. A lot of them are going to have that spiritual power where it's going to be spiritual healing and, so on and so forth. And I felt like in that dream I might have had spiritual power, but it could have been a power that I just had just to, escape certain situations or something. I don't know what it was, but I just know I was just jumping like 10 to 20 feet in the sky, and then I just kept going. All right, and that's when I just woke up. Man, but when I saw that, I just, I thought about some precepts that came in mind, so I'm going to go ahead and read a few of them, and I'm going to just close it out. But I just wanted to share that to let you know that Yahweh Shai does pour out his spirit upon all flesh, as I read in Joel chapter 2 and 28, okay? So this is, in the first thing that I saw why everybody was out busy partying, that's exactly what I seen in the first part of my business was, everybody out, partying and stuff like that. And I happened to look in the sky. So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm gonna go ahead and start at the top and read down. The point is in verse 3. Okay, it says, "But of the time and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." Okay, so the watchmen of Yahweh Shai, we know what time it is. Okay, we know what season it's in. Okay, we're in the season of war, and all right, but we still got a lot of people that don't recognize the time. They're unaware of what's getting ready to come. Okay, in verse 2, he said, "For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." Right, so that vision that I saw, it was definitely a wake-up call, and it was one of them. It was one of them visions that showed you that the day of the Lord, he definitely came as a thief in the night. Even though it was like bright day, but it was just like, it was a thief in the night because nobody was unaware. A thief, they break in, they basically watch, and they find the right time to come in and steal people's stuff. It was just like, Yahweh Shai. It was the right time for people to come, get destroyed, get slaughtered that day. Okay, verse 3. All right, Salakia, I had to do some managing repairs, but anyway, I left off with reading 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 3, which said, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as the veil upon the woman with child, and they shall not escape." Okay, and that's exactly what happened in that vision that I saw, is that, a lot of people was not escaping because they wasn't escaping the judgment of Yahweh Shai, but it's simple because they wasn't ready and they wasn't watching. Okay, as Yahweh Shai said, watch. Therefore pray that you not fall into temptation. He said watch and just constantly watch, okay? And that's one of the things that our people, it does not do. They don't watch, okay? All right? So, that's pretty much what I saw, and, a lot of people did not escape. They basically were getting slaughtered by these troops that I saw in the vision, okay? So, let's get a few more, and I'm going to just close this out. Let's get... This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time." See, so within that short time, he came down having great wrath. He know he got it but a short time. But, as I said in that vision, I basically had spiritual power, okay? And it just showed that I jumped about 10 to 20 feet in the air, and I just got out of there. Really, I pretty much just got out of there, okay? So this is, I'm going to end it off with Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19, and it says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashai, shall lift up a standard against him." See? So, right when that time came, that's when the spirit of the Lord, I definitely had spiritual powers, but I don't, in that vision, what I saw so far, it didn't show me having, destroying the enemy, just like other brothers have visions and so on and so forth. So, Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying, man, and we definitely, Yasharala, repent, seek the Lord while he may be found, because we about to come in some heavy times. Jacob's trouble is still on the rise, all right? So, with that, I'm going to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth, 100% to kill you. Shalom, ETA, Abba, Kwam Yasharala.